Gotta get adjusted. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come here, girly girl. Hmm? Come here, pumpkin. Pretty baby. Yes, it is. Dale, good morning. Skida. And whoever else is here, good morning, good morning, good morning. Come here. Went to the doctor's Monday after I got off in the live stream. Went to the doctor. Um, she said she wanted to have a metabolic lab test done. She said after that, if that comes back good, you're good to go for surgery. So I went yesterday and I had to fast. So I went yesterday morning, 7:30. I was at the hospital having tests done. And I got there and they said, well, you got a bunch of blood work to be done. And I said, a bunch? Yeah, not just from this doctor, from a bunch of other doctors too. I said, well, since I'm here, might as well get it all done. I said, I don't understand how come it wasn't done every time I come here. Well, they only do what you ask for. Well, if it's in there, why don't you guys say something? I didn't understand that. Then I had to have a urine test. I said, you might be stretching that on that because I hadn't had anything to drink. So, but I managed to perform. Yeah. Yeah, I had the fasting machine kept his motor clean, right? So, so was y'all feeding the Democrats again today, junkyard? That thing you sent me from TikTok, I can't get because it wants me to. Well, I might be able to get that on here, but I can't get it on my phone. So let me see. I won't download TikTok on my phone. Ah, she's another Jennifer Lopez, huh? Well, thank you for that. Well, we'll play on my phone without me wanting to. It keeps wanting me to download TikTok. Yeah. No, I didn't need a transfusion. Just they got it all done. So, well, actually, um, when they got done with the blood, it was only 2 vials. A lot of the blood work was the same blood work for different other doctors, so they could, they could use the same blood. You going to the next Willie concert? I bet you are. Front row seat. There you go. Yeah, I remember when J Lo walked across the stage like that too. That's some funny shit, man. Uh, well, you know, you got them 2 Democrats outside, and they'll tell other Democrats, and by the time it's all said and done, you'll have a whole herd of Democrats outside feeding them. I got to call the city because we had 14 Democrats sitting out here last night. They tried getting into the garbage can, or the toter, but it's empty. Not from a lack of effort. They climbed all over it trying to get into it. There wasn't nothing in it. Beat the heat. Oh, that's t-shirt weather. Where you take a t-shirt, soak it in water, and then wrap it around your head. I wouldn't go and mow until it gets down in the 90s, like 91 or 90. I would wait till Monday when it's 80, and then I would go then. Ain't no sense of killing yourself. Ain't no sense of dying of heat stroke. Believe it or not, I've become kind of fond of you there, Junkyard, and I don't want anything to happen to you. There you go. Yeah, I know. Trying to make them believe. Yeah, cooler front. Well, a cooler front's better than a no front at all. Yeah, there's a lot of things that don't add up. Um, you know, from that Trump assassination attempt. There's a lot of things that do not add up. The roof was sloped, so it was too dangerous for a Secret Service to be on that roof. Well, if you look at the roof that they were sitting on, the snipers were sitting on, had a bigger pitch than the roof that the sniper was on, or the shooter was on. Um, the alleged, excuse me, the alleged, and I can neither confirm nor deny, but I can speculate, shooter was on. The more and more I look at this, the more and more I think that alleged shooter was a patsy. Just like the alleged shooter was a patsy in 1963. The only thing was that he lived long enough to say he was a patsy. Like the movie The Shooter. There was two shooters in the grassy knoll, and they were dead 2 hours after the assassination. And you know that for a fact? Yeah, they were buried out in the desert. I still have the shovel. Yeah. And everybody knows. I know. You could put ice on that roof and still not slide off. It's like this. That's the pitch. Yeah. Yeah, the sniper was on a sloped roof. The shooter was on a roof like this. So, and all people know, if you're a sniper, a shooter, if you're going to assassinate somebody, if you're going to shoot somebody, you don't shoot somebody from a rooftop to begin with. You shoot them from cover. They said they had snipers in the building. Did anybody check them sniper rifles? Yeah. Just saying. And a guy walking around with a rangefinder and a ladder and what appears to be a rifle before the rally, and nobody pays any attention to it, but they seen him. Yeah. I don't care how their math works out, but 2 and 2 does not add up to 5. It adds up to 4. And this isn't adding up, man. And the shooter had an AR-15 assault rifle. All of them, CNN, they're all calling it an assault rifle because of AR. That's not what it means. Yeah, 308. Yeah. They kept saying gun too, and nobody did anything. I guess a cop tried to climb the ladder and he took a shot at the cop. Yeah, the Secret Service had AR-10s. Yeah. And the shooter had an AR-15. Now they say this kid used to go to rifle school. He went, they had rifle school or whatever, and he was a good shot. Um, Honestly, he was 150 yards away, 450 feet. Actually, 140 yards away or something, 125 yards away, whatever the hell it is. They keep changing. He was less than 500 feet away with a weapon that could hit accurately at least 600 feet. So, um, he was mediocre at best. Well, that's good. When I was in basic, I shot 40 pop up targets out of 40 pop up targets with 40 rounds. We had 41 rounds total. I have 1 round left in my clip. It is 1,000 foot. The ad come up 55 seconds. I was the only one out of 760 people that got 40 out of 40 using 40 rounds. Another guy from Mudlick, Kentucky, or whatever, hell, I don't know, but he was from Kentucky. Little scrawny feller. He got 40 out of 40, but he used 41 rounds. Kevin got 39 out of 40. There was a lot of guys that couldn't even hit 35. Just wasting United States ammunition. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't even see the 300-meter target. Yeah. Oh, that's a long way off. Yeah. Yep. Well, what really sucked on the pop-ups is they would try to confuse you. They'd pop up a long one, and then they'd pop up a short one, and they would think you would go after the long one first. No, because the long one stayed up a second and a half, 2 seconds. The short one didn't. So you'd hit the short one and then take aim at the long one, and do the same. You always go for the short one first, and then hit the long one out. That's when I could see. I mean, I had really, really, really good vision. Um, I could actually, when I first got married with Kathy, I could read tight print probably from about 20 feet away. That's how good my vision was. Then I was at work one day and I was welding and I had a crack in the helmet and I burnt the living piss out of my eyeballs. I was blind for 3 days while I had an eye specialist. They put cream in my eyes and they patched my eyes and everything, and I was completely blind for 3 days. Then I had to go back to the specialist. They pulled the bandages off, and the blisters had went down. I had blisters on my eyeballs. And he told me then I was going to lose a lot of my sight. That's right. Rock and roll. Yeah. I used to tell people I could wipe a tattoo off a fly's ass at 200 yards. But there's just a lot of stuff that's not adding up. You cut loose again? Yeah. I hated that lick 'em and stick 'em. You know, it's where you took, they had targets out there and they were hard targets. And when you got done shooting them, you take sticky paper out there and cover the hole that you put in the target. Well, a lot of these guys wouldn't go after the long ones. They'd just shoot the short ones, the, the 50, 100, 125, 200 meter, and that was it. They wouldn't shoot anything further than that. They did. Wonder why they took Morning Joe off Monday morning. Huh. Was he having a meltdown? Probably. Oh, Kyler's here, and well, don't let your alligator mouth overrun your canary ass. I hear Tucker Carlson is going to be um, a late night host now. I don't know which one. The liberal is quitting or getting fired or something. I don't know. From what I understand, they give Tucker Carlson a $400 million deal. He's gonna be press secretary. Yeah. No, they need Charlie Kirk or Ben Shapiro to be his press secretary. Tucker's smart, but them two are fast with a wit. You know what I mean? Friar Tuck. That's right. Circle back on that. Hey, that's the way to go. Let's see. Mother Tucker has a great. Yeah, she does. Well, that's nice of them. Shots, everybody, shots, shots, everybody, shots, shots, everybody, shots, shots, everybody, shots. Shots! Oh, yeah? There you go. Um, it's Water Glass Wednesday. 4 shots. And you're drinking alone again there, Junkyard, so belly up to the bar. Getting used to it. I know. Um, I went down to me and Kathy and I went down to Toledo Monday night for my birthday. We stopped at Solano's. It's a produce place. She went and bought a couple of cantaloupes, some grapes, bananas, some tomatoes, sweet potatoes, and onions. Uh, no, corn, not onions, corn. And she bought a coffee cake. And then we went to the Golden Corral for dinner. It was quite pleasant. There wasn't very many people. It was the middle of the month. It was on a Monday. We walked in, didn't have to wait in line, to get, to pay. Walked right in, had a great server. We sat down, um, left our ticket there. We went and got our plate and come back, and he says, I see you want regular tea, right? I said, yeah. I said, I'll be right back with that. He come back with regular tea. As soon as we had a plate that was, ready to be taken off on the table, he took it off, asked us if we needed anything. I mean, this guy was great. Left him a decent tip. You got 5 cantaloupe by the front porch? Don't you spray them. So we left him a good tip. We come home. My granddaughter Kirsten was here. Um, she brought me a card for my birthday. We brought in the produce, and then we bought stuff for my daughter because she wanted some stuff from there. So, yeah, don't weed. That's right. So, um, we went to our daughter's house, and I didn't get out of the car. They were outside, so we were there for, I don't know, 15 minutes. My daughter come out, and she gave me a bag, and she said, happy birthday. They had a beautiful card. Um, About made me tear up. It was a nice card. She said, I seen this card and it talked to me, so I got it. So she got me 2 pairs of shorts to wear, and then she got me 2 t-shirts. One's a blue t-shirt, and the other one's a black t-shirt. Well, the black t-shirt says, I'm voting for a convicted felon. She ordered it online. So I was so proud of her. Oh, that's cool. Tell him don't drink too much. He needs to learn some of that stuff while he's there. Uh, Nashville. Got an ad coming up in 42 seconds. Um, the Teamster made a president made a good speech the other day too. Uh, well, he wasn't really he's not really for the Republicans or against the Republicans, and he's not for the Democrats. He just wants everybody to be united. Let's see. I'm bidding on that. As you can see, it's a 20-inch pan. It's a steel pan. If I get it, I'll clean it up with some steel wool and then a wire brush, get it nice and shiny. Yeah, yeah. Then I will oil it down, put her in the oven, and bake her. It's a camp uh, pan.
Shots, everybody, shots!
Shots, everybody, shots! Damn thing didn't shut off. Let's see. Anyways, I'm bidding on that. Let's see if I can get you a better picture. No, it's a frying pan. No. Thermos goes with it. That goes with it. It's a package deal. Um, that'll probably get the grill. I didn't see a regulator with it, so that'll probably get thrown away. Um, I'm just interested in the pan. The thermos I might keep. I don't know. Depends on what it looks like on the inside. So, if I get it, this is what I'm really bidding on. Let's see. That's what I'm bidding on right there. Yeah, I got a 3 foot handle on it. Yeah. Um, we have a, a cat carrier right now, and it's a small one. It's big enough for her right now, but yeah, you got cup holders on the top. That's right. Yeah. So I wanna I wanna get her something big enough to where she's comfortable in it, and she's because she's anxious to get out of this small thing every morning. When she gets put in it, she hasn't been in it in a couple of days. But when she has to go in it, I want her to be comfortable. The small one we'll save in case we have to take her to the vet again or whatever, so we can carry it in the car. This thing is huge. We'll put it right here so she'll have it in a place that, if we need to put her in, we're going to be gone for, all day or whatever, and nobody's going to be here. So, or if the grandkids are all here and at night. So, yeah. Um, those are probably almost $100 brand new. And this, let's see, that looks about as new as you're going to get. I don't think it's ever been used. So, and like I told the selling cat, I said, you can't keep putting her in this small thing. We need, she needs something bigger so she has room to walk around in there, lay down straight, stretch out or whatever. Put a couple of toys in there with her so she doesn't get, bored or whatever. Low mileage yet. So, but that's what I'm really bidding on right there. And, well, yeah, I'm trying to bid on this too. I haven't bid on it yet, but brand new natural gas tankless hot water heater. Oh yeah, I have padding for it. Yeah, so I don't need a water heater right yet. But I was telling her, I said, the one we got is yeah, baby, pretty girl. Yeah, the one we got is it's 15 years old now, and the way my luck runs, it'll go out soon, and it'll be $700 for a new one. If I can buy this for $100, keep it in the garage or put it down in the basement someplace, and if I need it, give somebody a couple $100 to install it for me, I'm good to go. It's brand new, still in the box. And this is a tankless, so it's on demand. You never run out of hot water. I'm just looking, it's better to buy it cheaper now than to wait till when you really need it, and then you got to pay all the. It's natural gas. But come here, come here, come here, pretty girl. Yeah, the pretty girl. No, you want to own a tankless? Why's that? I've never heard anything bad about them. This man here loving, getting her loving, huh? She's pretty good. She's getting more and more mellow every day. And this morning, she brought me a present at 2:30 in the morning. I was sleeping, and she brought me her goldfish and dropped it off on my chest. Yeah. She said, "Here, Papa, here's a toy." The electric one sucked, yeah. pretty girl. Yes, she was. Yeah. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Hmm? I don't think so. Um, why does that make a difference on them? We have city water here, Dale. So they wouldn't have calcium in it. They got that good stuff in there, like fluoride and chloride and bleach and all that other good stuff. I have not drank city water in years. Yeah, we have the lead water. Well, I don't. Maybe I ought to put a filter on it before it goes to the hot water tank or heater if I buy it. You got an ad coming up in 50 seconds. I just I'm just trying to figure out how to save me money down the long run. So I'd rather spend $300 for a water heater than spend $700 for a water heater. Morning, Steve. So, morning, Dan. I bought a water heater from my mom and dad um, back in 95, 90, somewhere around there, 92, 93, somewhere around there. They needed a water heater, so I went to Carter Lumber and bought one. You never have understood a hot water heater? Yeah. So I bought one in the box, got it to my mom and dad's, put it in the basement, took the box off, and the packaging list was right there taped to it. Well, I took the packaging list off before we installed it, and there was a huge dent underneath that big packaging list. Now, yeah, why heat hot water? There you go. Yeah. Um, So I called up Carter Lumber and I said, hey, um, if I have to, I'll bring it back and get one that doesn't have a dent in it. I don't know if it's going to have any effect on it or not, but this thing's got a big ass dent in it. He said, just a minute, let me talk to our manager. My manager got on the phone with me. He said, let me tell you, let me ask you this. I said, yes. He said, uh, would you be inclined if I give you 75% off and you come back and get that? I said, sure, I'll do 75% off. So that's, I got a 75% discount for that big ass dent. And the reason why I made a stink about it is because it was dented in the factory. The box wasn't dented. The box looked like a brand new box. You know, there was nothing wrong with the box. And the paper, the packaging manifest, didn't even have a crinkle in it. So they taped it over the dent in the factory. Somebody probably dented it and they didn't want to get fired, so they put the manifest over the side of it. Yeah, American made it. It was, the hell is that one? One of the good ones. I can't even think of the name of it now, but back then it was what, $460 or something for it. Um, I think it was a white. Now this tankless is a Bosch. So, hold on a second. I can tell you. Just I gotta just look up the. A.O. Smith. That's what it is. A.O. Smith. There you go. Well, the older ones are great until the tank rusts out. Then they're not so good. So, yeah. Um, I'm trying to find it on what the price of it is new. All the Bosch hot water heater tankless are $1,800, $1,900. So that would be a good buy for a couple $100 or $100. They don't make them like that no more, no more, no more, no more. Well, the ones with fiberglass tanks are probably electric. A.O. Smith? Yeah. A.O. Smith makes a good water heater. That's why I went with it. I just couldn't remember the damn name of it until I punched it up. Water heater manufacturers and then A.O. Smith come up. The one I got downstairs is an A.O. Smith. Um, but it's, like I said, it's 15 years old. I don't expect it to last more than another 5 years tops because they just don't anymore. So that's why a lot of companies went out of business because they made stuff that lasted and they went out of business for it. They got smart, according to them, and they made stuff that didn't last. That way you'd have to buy another one. Yeah. She couldn't even work at the hot dog stand she was working at. She couldn't even get an order right. That's why they fired her. So she had to become a bartender. Excuse me, a barmaid. She wasn't a bartender because she couldn't remember drinks. She just served them. I can't tell us which one of you guys had a beer. I called in, and the doctor called in my B12, which is an injection. Okay. I think it's a good pick. Um, he's a little young, but I think he's a good pick. He's a senator, but he's also been in the military. He does have discipline. So, all right, Junkyard, we'll see you later, man. Take care. See, if you'd have loaded up last night, you could have spent more time with us. Well, that works, and then it doesn't work. A young guy is nice. A young person is nice. Youth is nice, but along with youth, you need experience. He does have military training. He does have, political training. He is a lawyer. Um, he is smart. Yale graduate. So it will be nice. And if they do a good job, if you can get a divided house undivided and get some stuff done, passed and done, like the what the hell was a bill? I'm trying to remember the name of it. The transportation bill or whatever it's called. Get the roads done, the bridges done. We got like 4,000 bridges that need to be worked on. They ain't being worked on. There's no money for it. They want to spend all the money for the Green Deal. Meanwhile, bridges are falling down. So, so if they can get a house not divided and pass, some legislation to get some stuff, the economy going again. They say the economy is going great. Well, the only reason why it's going great is people are getting their jobs back that they lost during the pandemic, and they're not even making the money they were making before because now they got to work 2 jobs or 3 jobs to pay the bills because the inflation has raised the price of everything so high they can't afford nothing. That's why the job market looks so good. It's because people got 2 and 3 jobs. Back in the 60s and 70s and early 80s, before corporate greed took a hold, before the politicians sold out to the corporate greed, and that's not allegedly, it's the truth. A person could work 40 hours a week and have money to pay his house payment, his car payment, his utility bills, buy groceries, and put a little money in the bank, save for college for the kids. One person could do that. And if the wife worked, That was an added bonus. That was vacation money. That was extra Christmas money. That was, oh, we can buy a second house for an income money back then. Now it takes two incomes and you still don't catch up on the bills. Corporate greed has got it to where you'll never get out of debt because you're always beholden to the man up there. It's just like the old camp, the coal mines and stuff, where you lived in the coal mine, their homes, and you had to shop in their stores. So when they paid they got their money back by rent in the stores. You know, like Tennessee Ernie Fortune, I owe my soul to the company store because by the time they get done screwing you, you work all day long, 5 or 6, 7 days a week, and you have nothing to show for it because you're living in their house and they're charging you astronomical rent, and you got to go to their stores to buy their groceries. That was just one of the ways they'd get their money back. There you go. Be good for her to get out. Better get some fresh air. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them over there. We went and looked at a house over in that on the west side one time. It was $65,000 for the house. It needed a lot of work, but back then I was healthy. Um, Needed a roof done on it. It was 6 bedrooms, I think 7 bathrooms. It was a huge house. It was like 5,200 square feet or something like that. Huge. Had a 2-car garage with it. Um, It was probably a $400,000 or $500,000 home, but the people didn't have money to take care of it and let it go into disrepair. It hadn't been updated since the 70s, so a lot of the stuff needed to be redone. So one room at a time, something like that. But we looked at it several times. Um, Now, just alone, the roof alone was going to probably cost $20,000 back then to roof it, to have somebody roof it. Um, it is. Um, but then again, Kevin was young still, and he worked with another guy that was still doing this kind of stuff. So we probably would have got the roof done for $9,000. So that wouldn't have been so bad. Because the material was a lot cheaper back then too. This was 2000. Yeah, I don't even think it was in. Yeah, 2000, 2004 or 2002, something like that. Um, Actually, older than that. The house I, the house that we owned over on the other side of town, it was first sold in 1810. We have the abstract of deed. I still have the abstract of deed to it. It was first sold in 1810 for $1. Don't know when it was built. And it was built in the village of Logan. That's what it was called before it became the city of Aiken. Oh, it's over 200 years old. I'm pretty sure that house is probably one of the oldest houses in town. Because Logan Street is um, right behind the house. So that's why it was called the village of Logan. So I'm assuming this was one of the very first homes in the village. It had a garage with it, which wasn't a garage. It was a carriage house. When we bought it, it still had the manger up front to feed the horses. It had a big door that you could walk the horse out, so he could get out in the backyard. And then you could walk the horse back in, turn him around, hook him up, and then back the cart out. Yes. Now, when I bought it, that part of the carriage house was in such disrepair that um, I ended up having to tear that down um, and then block it off. And I did that. We shortened up the garage for like 4 or 5 years, maybe 10 years, something like that. And then because it was in such bad shape, we just cut that section off of it. I tore it down, built a wall, and then just made it a small garage or small shed. wasn't big enough, barely big enough to put a couple of a lawnmower in it and a few bikes and my tools and stuff, and that was about it. So, and then we did a complete remodel in '99. New roof, windows, siding, doors, uh, whole 9 yards. Built, put a deck on the back, a deck on the front. Built a big garage. It was the same width, but it was 30 feet long and 28 feet tall. Now, let's see. The yellow house right there. That's the house we own. You can see down the end of the garage right there. That is all metal siding. I did metal siding on both sides and on the back. I only made it yellow on the front so it'd be aesthetically correct with the house. That right there is the front, one of the bedrooms right there. There's a bay window on the other side that has 3 windows. About 3 feet from here, from the end of the deck, was a doorway that went in there. This used to be a duplex. Now, when we got done, when we built this or remodeled this, we had dark green shutters to go with a cranberry accent that I put around the windows. Um, then this um, guy had it for sale, and he tried telling me he wanted $196,000 for it. And I said, 196,000. He said, yeah. He said, I put a new roof on it. I put new windows in it. I put new siding on it. I completely redone the inside. I put a new foundation underneath it. And I built the garage and it's got a new back deck. I said, really? I said, you did that all? He said, yes, I did. I started laughing and I called him a liar. He said, what do you mean I'm a liar? I said, I used to own that house and I did all that work to it, me and my wife. Put a new furnace in it, new central air, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. Got an ad coming up in 40 seconds. But I wanted a nice, I've always liked the color yellow with a dark green roof. When that roof was new, it was dark green. The siding was bright yellow. And then with the cranberry wine colored trim, and then the green shutters really made it pop. The white windows, the storm door was I don't even know it. There was a storm door on the front of it. It was a green Larson door. We paid $300 for that door back then. But we put the octagon window up there in the center. But if you it's all new. Kathy and I and the kids, we dug and dug and dug and dug and dug, and we laid block, jacked the house up. That house is less than an eighth of an inch. I put a transit on it. It's less than an eighth of an inch off level from the front to the back, side to side. So it is about as level as you're going to get it for a house that old. And that garage doesn't look that big, but that's a huge garage. It's tall and it's long. I had trouble getting people who wanted to do the roof because the roof had such an angle on it and it is tall. So. No, I don't even know the guy. So. No, we actually lost that in the 2008 mortgage debacle that went on. Um, there was probably 9 homes on our block alone that were lost that way. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you see it now, Cornbread? Anyways, we lost that during the mortgage debacle in 2005 or whatever the hell it was, with 2008. Our mortgage went from 425 a month to over $1,500 a month, and I think it was 960 square feet. Maybe that's no, probably more than that. I can't remember now. We yeah, it had a basement, but the foundation was bad. But we ended up doing the basement, digging out new footers and everything. It had cement floor in there. It had a Michigan basement. Part of it was a Michigan basement. I can't even remember the square. I know it took 17 squares for the roof. So, well, this one right here that we're living in right now has a Michigan basement too. Um, you go downstairs, and to the left is Michigan basement, but then after that, it's all concrete floor, block, and everything. And then you got the pantry and oh, you want a basement so you can smoke reefer in it? Whatever floats your boat. Oh yeah. Huh. Well, let me. I tell you what, people. Here's another one. A teacher. Um, her name is Jennifer, and you can go to at jeffcoschools.com or at jeffco school at jeffco schools co. Uh, she write she wrote on her Facebook or whatever. Looks like he almost got taken out. Ain't very good in, English for a teacher. And then this guy Darren said, "Damn it, they missed it." And then she says, "My thoughts exactly." Now this is an elementary school teacher teaching that he should have been killed. Right there. This is the woman, Angela Godwin's the one that posted it, but this is on Facebook. This is how they think. It's fine to kill somebody. Yeah, they're the ones that want to get rid of guns, but it's okay if the guns are used to kill Republicans. This stuff has to stop, man. That's right. It does. It has to stop. There was a woman from Walmart, or not Walmart, from Lowe's, or Home Depot. Somebody went up and confronted her at Home Depot because she wrote that too bad the shooter needed to be a better shot. And then there was another guy. Um, he said at least he may have not killed Trump, but at least he got rid of at least one supporter. I'm happy with that. The guy was happy that he killed an innocent bystander. And okay, now this was a teacher that I just showed you. There was a guy that owns a chartered fishing boat service in Michigan. There's a woman in Florida that owns a yoga uh, class or business. And then the other one, her husband owns a cattle farm. They raise cattle, and she works at Lowe's or Home Depot. Hey, well, I don't know if they should be fired, but they should be aware of what they're saying. You know, if like this school teacher, you want your kids being taught by somebody with that mentality? Because she's putting her agenda, she's teaching her agenda to your kids. You know that. That's called libs of TikTok. Yeah. Um, trying to see if I can find any more of them. Good luck. Well, there shouldn't be any different kind of flag in the schoolroom. It should be an American flag. I'm looking to see if I can find some more of them, but I can't seem to find any. There's a bunch of them on here yesterday. Um, you know, you got an ad coming up right now. No. But I think it's you've heard me say it. I don't like Biden. But I do feel sorry for the way he's being treated, and I do feel sorry for what he has. I do. Um, you know, I'm, the guy's got dementia or Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or something. He's got an age disease that is kicking his ass, and he does not. I will tell her when she comes back. She went to the garage. Um, Love you too, Dan. But he doesn't want to give up, or Jill doesn't want to give up her power. So, and I think it's terrible. I don't want to see Kamala Harris be president either. But I don't think, you know, that Joe should run for another term because he's not going to make it. Even if he won, he wouldn't live the 4 years. Yeah, yeah, he's sharp as a butter knife. Yeah, no, he's sharp as a marble. So, but then again, like I said, it's his age and his mental capacity that's doing it to him. But he's being handled and being led in directions that he doesn't even know. Sure, he probably has minutes or several times a day where he has mental acuity, where he's sharp. But I gather most of the day he doesn't know what's going on. Pretty much so. So, anything new with anybody? I'm gonna have a yard sale. Let me look. Hmm. Well, probably gonna have a yard sale the 8th or the 9th and 10th of August. I have my son come here. I have, well, that's nice. This house is actually, it's probably bigger. Um, it's got the attached two-car garage. It's got two bathrooms, um, three bedrooms. It does have a dining room, a living room. So the other house had a kitchen and one big living room, dining room combination, and then it had one bathroom, and it had a bedroom downstairs. You went upstairs, there was a landing that was big enough for a bedroom, and then you walked through the landing, and then there was another bedroom. And if you walked through that bedroom, there was another bedroom to the back. But you had to walk through all three bedrooms in order to, count it as a bedroom. So, no, I was having you remove asbestos. I don't remember a hole being in the kitchen. Maybe, I don't know. If I had to remove something that was asbestos, something healthy for you. Make sure you breathe it in good. It's good for you. Now there was that's right, through the nose and out through the mouth. There was when I bought that house, or when we bought that house, there was some pipes down there. Okay, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, there was have a good one, Dale. There was some asbestos on some of the pipes. So I went down there with a face mask and goggles, and I took a bowl of clear gelatin, liquid gelatin, and a paintbrush. And I drizzled some on it, and then I lightly painted it. And I kept doing that until I completely covered it with that gelatin. And the reason why I did that is because that way it wouldn't have any fibers come out of there and be airborne. The gelatin made everything sticky. And I just slid it off the pipe. I covered it with a plastic bag and slid it off the pipe. I did it that way. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was some. Yeah, they had a vent there. So, yeah, encapsulated it. See you later, Dan. All right, everybody. I got to get out of here myself. It's 8:30. I got to get my breakfast because I got to take pictures of my breakfast and my medication. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, if you're so inclined to join me. Take care, everybody. I'm waiting. I'm going to give you the full 2 hours.